Hello, good evening and welcome along to another episode of MotoGP Chats, live here from MotoGP HQ in Barcelona. Sorry we're late, but we're with you at long last. And what a kickoff we had last week as well. Catching up live with Jack Miller, Enea Bastianini, Luca Marini and Francesco Guidotti as well. If you missed any of it, don't worry, you can catch up with it on the on-demand section of MotoGP Video Pass, but probably wait about 45 minutes or so until we're finished tonight before you do that. A star-studded lineup last week, and we've got another star-studded lineup for you this week as well. Joining us live from Los Angeles, how cool does that sound? Joe Roberts will be talking to us about a crazy 2020, a behind-the-scenes documentary that we're launching on MotoGP.com on Monday, and a plethora of other things as well. Before that, though, let's catch up with Monster Energy Yamaha's brand new rider, Fabio Quartararo. We'll be chatting to him about that launch earlier this week, and no, don't worry, there's no green screens here tonight. Plus, another documentary on MotoGP.com that launched earlier this week, Fight to Succeed, the second series of our Petronas Yamaha SRT behind the scenes series. A brilliant watch if you haven't seen it already. Episodes 1 and 2 were launched earlier this week, and before we catch up with Fabio, here's a reminder of what you've been missing out on.
The most memorable day of my life.
I remember it, and I will always remember it the rest of my life.
There is something that unlocks inside you.
We saw that cherry on the big cake was rolling off, and we couldn't find it anymore.
I can't wait to watch the second season.
Well, Fabio, you can watch the second season right now. It's already launched on MotoGP.com with episode 3 coming tomorrow. We can hear about Wilco Zeelenberg talking about losing his cherry, amongst other things. Well worth a watch. But joining us live from Nice is Fabio. Good evening, Fabio. How are you, mate?
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So you're in Nice. Are you at Mum and Dad's house?
Exactly. I'm at Mom and Dad's house, spending a little bit time with them before starting the season.
It's going to be a busy month for you, so some time to enjoy Mum's home cooking, I'm guessing, before you start travelling again.
Well, I'm not a good cooker, so I try to do my best. I eat healthy, so it's quite easy to cook. But yeah, about cooking, I'm not the best.
But your mum's a good cook, I'm guessing.
Yeah, exactly. That's lucky for me. She will arrive soon for sure. And yeah, she's a really good cooker. I'm so happy to be at home because in Andorra I'm alone. So when I'm here, I'm so happy to have her.
Great stuff. Well, when Mum does come back, and Dad as well, tell them to pop on the show. We don't mind. Tell them to say hello. We'd love to say hello back to them.
For sure, I will, darling.
Good stuff. I look forward to meeting Mr. and Mrs. Quartararo. Right, Fabio, let's talk about Fight to Succeed, the documentary that was launched earlier this week. Episode 3 goes live tomorrow. Let's just give everybody at home a sneak peek of what they can expect. This is you in the garage at Portimao saying goodbye to all of your team. Let's take a look at this.
You know, I never expect to make that much result. 10 pole position, 10 podium, 3 wins. So quite an amazing 2 years. Last races was not as I expected, but thanks to everybody.
Yeah, an emotional moment that for you, I'm sure. Obviously, some of your team is coming with you to the Monster Energy Yamaha squad, but take us back to that moment in Portimao. What was it like saying goodbye to some people?
Yes, was tough because I spent 2 years with them. Luckily, I bring 5 people with me, but there is people that I leave 2 mechanics that was one of my tire guy, one of my mechanic, Robin or Martin. So yeah, it's a bit sad to leave them because we had 2 years, good moments, bad moments, but we always laugh together. And yeah, it's a shame to leave them with bad end of the season. But for sure, we will see us in Qatar, and we will have a coffee together with social distance, of course. And yeah, it was quite a special moment for me.
I'm talking of the documentary as a whole. Obviously, it is a behind-the-scenes series. What was it like having our camera crews coming into your motorhome? I saw that they were there watching you eat some food at night. How was it like having those guys coming in and spending so much time with you?
I wanted to kick them and let me have dinner alone. No, well, at the end, when you see the result of a nice series like they did the first season, this one, so at the end, when you see that is a nice season, you can believe that they make a good job. So at the end, is always nice to see a documentary with your team, and yeah, it was quite a bit special to eat alone with 3 cameras in front of you. So yeah, at the end is nice. The result is good.
Yeah, a bit different, I'm sure, for you. But you get along well with a lot of the behind-the-scenes guys at MotoGP, a lot of the guys that people at home don't see, including some of the photographers. I know Luca, you get on very well with. You go running with him a lot. Is he a good runner? Is he better than you?
Yes, you don't need to call him Luca. He's mala persona. When everybody see him, he's mala persona. So yeah, yes, he's a top guy, top friend. So yeah, I have a good relationship with every single person in the paddock, and of course in Dorna.
Right, let's talk about 2021 then, Fabio. We can see you in your Monster Energy Yamaha t-shirt there, and here was the launch. First thing, I just want to say, I didn't know you were such a good actor. You did a brilliant job. I think you might win an Oscar for something like that. What was it like working with the green screen?
Yeah, actually was not really a green screen, so but was something really nice, and maybe I'm doing the next movie of Fast and Furious. I don't know. No, but was great, and yeah, amazing to see the bike in real. I see every time in the social media pictures of fake bikes with my number, and now to see it in real is amazing.
And obviously the livery is slightly different, not too many changes. A big change though that we just saw there, and we can see just here as well, is your helmet, a brand new design this year. Just tell us a little bit about that, how you came up with the inspiration for this brand new helmet for 2021.
Yes, it's from 2015 to 2020. I had the same devil, but just changing colors. And with my designer, we decided to make a change, to make it more aggressive. And I think we did it well. Many people write me to say that the helmet looks sick, and I think that actually is the best helmet I ever had. And yeah, I can't wait to see it in Qatar. So maybe we'll have also a special color there with the light. So I can't wait to see it and ride in the first race of the season.
Is that a little bit of an exclusive there? You may have a special helmet design for round number one. Maybe.
Not a special, not special design, but maybe to put some matte shiny on the helmet to see better the contrast I don't know if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can say that in English. To with the lights, so will be a special helmet for Qatar, but no special design and colors.
Okay, we won't say any more. All we'll say is make sure you check out social media when we get to Qatar, and you'll be able to see all the photos there. Right, Fabio, I want to talk to you about gaming. I know that you love it. Obviously, with the Malaysia test being cancelled, you've probably had a little bit more time to do it than you would have liked to. Before we talk about it, though, you were a part of the virtual races last summer. Let's just remind people of what happens there, because you took everybody by surprise by having a little bit of a personalised controller.
Yes, I had the SCAF controller but for MotoGP is not working so good. But for gaming like Call of Duty, Fortnite is something that helps a lot to going faster. And yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't make a win in the MotoGP one. I was so fast, but really bad in the consistency. So this is something we need to improve, and yeah, I will try to train a little bit more if we have.
And if for people at home who don't know what we're talking about, here's a clip of the controller so you can see what we're talking about.
LOL, la mando personalizado, el Fabio y todo, qué viciado, loco.
El Fabio gana el Fortnite, eso, vamos. Mando personalizado.
Eso es lo más la calidad, tío.
¿Tenemos tiempo para poner el setting o no?
Sí, hay tiempo.
¿Qué setting?
So that was a lot of fun, the virtual races. But as you say, you're big into Fortnite, Call of Duty. What else are you normally playing during the time off?
I love Formula One
okay.
too, MotoGP, of course. I've seen a video that the 2021 game is going out soon, so yeah, I hope to have it in exclusive first to try it. But yeah, I love to play with the friends. But you know, in the quarantine, I was alone in Andorra, so I spent many hours with the video game training. So that was part of my routine in the quarantine.
And with Formula One, do you have the sim rig yet? I know a lot of people, your teammate of last year, Jake Dixon, of course, was doing the virtual race for Formula One last weekend. Do you have the sim rig in Andorra? So are you a proper professional?
Not yet. It's coming.
Not yet.
But yeah, it's a long time I don't talk to Jake because he's not answering the phone. Now he's a Mercedes rider. He don't want to talk with me, so I will try to call him, and yeah, for sure I will have one and try to be more professional.
He's a celebrity now. Now that he's driving for Mercedes, he's not bothered about Fabio or anything else. He's best mates with Lewis Hamilton, so yeah, don't worry about Jake. He's a lost cause now. So I'm guessing as well that you have a PlayStation 4 or 5 at the circuit with you as well. Is that right? Do you have one in your motorhome?
Yes, I have the PlayStation 4, but I received 2 months ago the PlayStation 5, so I will bring it to the motorhome and have good play. And for sure, 1 month in Qatar. We will have good time to play.
Well, I'll be joining you in Qatar. Oh, hello, Mrs Quartararo is here. Hope you're having a good evening. Where is she? There she is. Bonjour, ça va?
T'es en direct. Mais non. Je te jure, c'est vrai.
Hein? C'est qui?
Hello. How are you?
Bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
She's shy, so.
No, it's great to see you. A special guest. We didn't sell that on the promo, but that's great. You see, you get lots of surprise guests in MotoGP chats. Even Fabio's
exclusive.
Exclusive is another one. That's number 2 for this chat. Right, Fabio, I want to talk Instagram. We've got a couple of Instagram posts coming up. First, about a little bit of football. Now, we have to say this quietly because obviously we're here in Barcelona. All of the guys through there are big Barcelona fans, and Fabio's Paris beat them 4-1. a couple of days ago. So those guys are not happy in there at all. And even Kylian Mbappe, who scored the hat-trick at the Nou Camp, someone that you know and like very much, because you even copied his celebration.
Yeah. Was great at this time in Jerez to do this celebration and have a quite quick talk with him. So yeah, I'm so sorry for all the Barca fan, especially my old press officer and my new press officer. That actually I didn't call her to say that, but I will talk to her soon. So I'm so sorry for all the Barcelona fan, and yeah, let's hope to don't have like few years ago 6-1 again. So I don't talk too much, but I'm just sorry for Barcelona.
Do you know, Fabio, I don't believe you. You're not sorry at all. Mbappe scored a hat-trick at the Nou Camp. You're winning 4-1. You're not that sorry. It's okay. We can let that go.
Yeah.
So, talking football, how good are you? What are you? A striker, midfielder, defender? Talk to us.
I'm not a defender because I'm a good runner, and let's say I run a lot. So I would say middle left or strike. I don't know how you say in English. Striker left, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, wing, on the wing.
Exactly, on the wing. Left wing.
Okay. You're left-footed or right-footed?
Right.
Right-footed. Oh, so you're
I
going
like
to cut
coming
inside.
from the left to the middle.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nice. I like it. Okay, you're giving your secrets away here. I also want to know, which football team do you support? Because I was checking through your Instagram, and we'll flick through some here. You're friends with Vinicius Jr. of Real Madrid, Paulo Dybala of Juventus, and Neymar of PSG. But in England, Fabio, you can only have one team. You can't support 3, 4, 5 different teams. So who is it? Who do you support?
Honestly, I don't have really one. In Italy, for sure, is Juventus because I know a few players. But if I need to say only one for sure, I need to say my hometown, Nice. Unfortunately, they are not at the best moment right now. But okay, I will say one in England, and I don't know. I like Pogba, so maybe I will say Manchester United. But in general, in England, I love many teams. So, but I will choose Manchester United. I don't know if it's a good one from an England people.
For me, you won't know my team. I support Bradford City, and you won't have a clue who Bradford City are. But if Manchester United are up here, Bradford City are a long way further down. So it doesn't bother me who you support because we never play them. Let's talk Formula One as well. Obviously, you're a big fan of the Formula One game. We've got a photo here of you meeting up with Daniel Ricciardo, but you get along with it just like some of the footballers. A lot of Formula One drivers. It seems to me like the link between MotoGP and Formula One is as close as ever. Do you talk to these guys regularly? How much inspiration do you take from them as well?
Yes, honestly, it's a sport I really love, Formula One, and the one I talk more will be, I think, Daniel, because he's a top guy. Honestly, I went to his place, we make the swap helmet, and he's honestly one of the best guy I ever met. But of course, I have relationship with Charles, with Pierre, with Louis, with a lot of riders. But you know, I don't know why, but I have so good relation with Daniel. Always smiling, cool guy. So yes, maybe it's the one that I talk more.
You'll have to get him to a Grand Prix this year then, if possible. I'm sure he'll be busy as well.
For sure.
But let's see if we can get him to a Grand Prix.
Honestly, I would love to bring him, but with his calendar, I think it will be quite tough.
Yeah, I agree. Final one, Fabio, is I want to talk about your art. I've seen on Instagram lately you've been doing a lot of artwork. This is an old one from last year because the one you're working on at the moment, I don't think is ready yet. Talk us about your art and obviously it's something you enjoy doing.
Yes, honestly, it's something that make me feel calm. Let's say I'm a really hyperactive person. I run a lot. I make a lot of sport, and I found I will not say passion, but something that I really appreciate, and I put the music on and just make a draw and feels really good, and I hope to make soon a new job.
Well, you could be. If MotoGP doesn't work out, then you could sell your artwork.
Exactly, but it will work. So I think I have something to work on and forget about the painter job.
Well, the only other rider I know of who paints is Albert Arenas. Do you think that yours is better than Albert's?
It's different. I've seen some of his paint, and he's really good. So I need a little bit more practice, but I will be good for sure.
I'm looking forward to seeing the finished piece. Hopefully, we'll see it on Instagram soon.
Yes, for sure.
Final thing, Fabio, with all of our guests on MotoGP Chats as we warm up to the Qatar test in 2 weeks' time now, we want your predictions for 2021. We've got 5 questions. I know it's a hard one. We've got 5 questions. We need 5 answers. Some of them easy, some of them a little bit more difficult. Hopefully this is an easy one to start with. Who is your 2021 MotoGP World Champion?
Myself, I will say.
Yep.
I'm working hard for it, so I will not say something else.
We'll go for that one. So Fabio's picked himself. The next one is Rookie of the Year. So obviously you've got 3 Ducati riders to choose from. Who do you think is taking that crown?
Honestly, it's tough because I think the 3 riders are just going so fast. They did an amazing season, but the most consistent was Bastianini, and I think right now is the most important. So I would say Enea, but it's so difficult to know, but will be really close, I think.
No, I agree. But you've gone with Enea. The next one is the surprise package. Who do you think will be the one to shock everybody this season?
Well, I hope us even more for the consistency, but I will say KTM. Last year they already won 3 races, if I'm not wrong, and I think they just improve. So I think that they make an amazing job, and I think that they will surprise us even more.
The penultimate one is a tough one. The frustration of the year. Who or what do you think will have a frustrating 2021?
Oh my God. I don't wish any frustration for any rider, but this is not a question to ask.
I'll give you a help. Jack Miller last week said that COVID will be his frustration. He hopes it isn't, but that was his frustration. Certainly at the start of the year, where we may not be able to have many fans at the circuit.
So I will say yes. Don't have the fans. I think is quite tough because it's when I won the 2 races in Jerez, was tough to don't celebrate with all the fans. So I will say them. Was even in Misano with 10,000 people was a pleasure, to have them on the track, but to have 0 was tough. So frustration is the fun.
And final one is the breakout star of the year. So I need one person from Moto2 or Moto3 do you think will have an exceptional year and will be the one to watch for the future?
I will say Jake, even if he don't answer my calls. I hope really he's going to bright because he have a big talent, and I will, if I need to help him next year, this year, to make him really fight for wins and podium. I hope I can give a small thing that it can help, and I hope to have him soon to the Petronas team in the next years.
No, I think it's going to happen. We saw a great clip on MotoGP.com last week, I think, after Jake's Le Mans crash, where of course he was leading. Brilliant footage of inside the box where you came in and spoke to him for a long time. It looks like you guys have a great relationship, but you know, something like that where he crashed whilst leading in Le Mans could be so important this season.
Yeah, but also, you know, this is what I don't really win a lot of races, but you know, I've take a lot of experience from each season, and I think that, you know, when you lead your first race like he did, like he had Sam behind, but Sam was one of the favorites of the championship, and he just keep it 1 second behind him during a lot of laps. I think he just did an amazing job, and he learned a lot. Then he had tough moments, he break his hand. So, you know, it's always good to have someone to go into the box that have a little bit of experience in motorcycle. So I think was great for him to fight for the victory. Unfortunately, he crashed, but he learned a lot. So he will have a lot of opportunities this year.
No, he certainly will. He certainly will. The only thing he needs to do now is start answering your texts and your phone calls, and then everything will be brilliant.
Yes, it's the only thing missing, but he's okay. He's okay. I talk with his girlfriend Sarah to know if he's okay or not. But no, I'm joking. I'm talking with him, and yeah, hope to see him in Qatar really soon.
Great stuff, Fabio. Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and say goodbye to your mum for us as well. It was great to see her as a special guest.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, mate. We'll see you in Qatar. Can't wait to catch up there.
Thank you, mate. See you.
See you later. Fabio Quartararo there, talking at the end without even being on camera. He is that magic. Remember, you'll be able to catch up with him in 2 weeks' time when we get to the Qatar test. You can also see him play a starring role in Fight to Succeed, the final episode of that, out tomorrow on MotoGP.com. Talking of behind-the-scenes documentaries, we've got a real treat for you coming up at the beginning of March. Inside Suzuki, The Crowning Moment is an all-access documentary on the championship-winning weekends that Suzuki celebrated in Valencia. It's simply unmissable stuff. The access that we got was phenomenal, like nothing we've seen before. At the beginning of March, it will be live. You can watch it then, but we like to look after you. So here is an exclusive sneak peek at Inside Suzuki. Let me get it right. It's that important. Inside Suzuki, The Crowning Moment. Here it is, that sneak peek for you.
一番最初にジョアン・ミルに会ったのは彼がまだ Moto2 に乗り始めた頃だったと思います。その頃すでに彼は MotoGP に対するビジョンを持っていて、我々は鈴木としてはジョアンのことを Moto2 時代から非常に優れたライダーということを考えていたので、非常に興味があった。で、ジョアンも鈴木に興味を持ってくれてたと思います。
First Moto2 podium as well for the Moto3 World Champion Joan Mir. And another podium for Joan Mir.
Back-to-back podiums for this young man, showing once again exactly why Suzuki have decided to pluck him out of Moto2 after just one season.
La prima esperienza con Joan bellissima è stato il suo primo test con la MotoGP. Quindi abbiamo deciso, dopo la gara di Sepang, prima dell'ultima gara di Valencia, dopo Sepang di andare in Giappone a Motegi e di fargli provare la moto. E siamo andati con Joan e abbiamo portato anche lo staff, Claudio, Marco, eccetera, e venne anche Frankie, che stava ancora lavorando a un altro team, ma gli abbiamo chiesto di venire a Motegi.
I think it was after the triple header at Malaysia. Some of us went over to have a look at the first time on the bike, and it was very clear he was very fast. What we were a little bit unsure was if the grip level had changed a lot and he was going faster or braking later than the actual regular GP riders. It turns out that this was his style, and already from the first test you could see something very special.
E mi ricordo che entrò in pista e gli abbiamo detto fai 4-5 giri e poi ti fermi e così. Quindi entrò e cominciò a girare 3 giri, 4 giri, 5 giri, 6 giri. E poi non si fermava, allora cominciavamo a mettere la lavagna box e poi passava, box e ripassava, box e ripassava. Alla fine ha fatto 10 giri senza fermarsi ed è arrivato al box, mi ricordo si è seduto e ha urlato wow, tipo così, no? E poi si è tolto il casco, aveva un sorriso enorme, era contento, sembrava un bambino a cui l'avevi portato, non so, a Disneyland per la prima volta, ecco.
ジョアンは精神的にも肉体的にもMotoGP のトップライダーにふさわしい素質をもう最初から備えていたと思います。はじめにジョアンが鈴木の MotoGP のマシンに乗った時、自分はすぐに疲れて、しまうだろうと思ってたんですけど、実際は丸一日乗ってもジョアンは全然疲れを見せない。もう体はその時できていました。そして、2019年彼がルーキーイヤーの時にいいレースもあったし、失敗したレースもあるんですけど、失敗したレースの後もそれを引きずることなく次のレースに向けて、すぐに集中を開始したっていう記憶があります。
We split the stages very much from the first half of the season to the second half. So the first half we basically had the bike that Alex was using, what Andrea was using the previous year. We just let him ride the bike. I don't think we touched really anything. And then we arrived halfway through the season at the time, unfortunately with his injury, and we went, okay, now we start looking at different aspects of the bike. You have a lot more experience. And we went forwards, backwards, up, down. And then from there we worked a lot ergonomically. Joan never had this opportunity to change his position on the bike. We gave him the first modification, and then I think we ended up with 13, 14. He found a direction and some real positives. Yeah, Suzuki have been absolutely fantastic. I think they saw very early on the progress he made with what we changed on the bike. We were providing information after the race weekend for the next one, something else arrived, and everything worked together, and I think in a positive way.
He's wide, and he's wide. Here comes Mir, and the checkered flag is out as well. Mir, brilliant, pinching second place off Miller on the last lap, his first ever podium. Who wins here in Valencia and takes complete control of 2020.
Have a new superstar, and he goes by the name of Joan Mir.
Inside Suzuki, the crowning moments, they're coming to you from the beginning of March. Make sure you tune into MotoGP.com to be able to hear that one. Right, let's head across live to our second guest of the evening. Live from Los Angeles, California. How cool does that sound? As if the glitz and the glamour of this show couldn't go any higher. Joe Roberts, good morning, mate. How are you?
What's going on, guys? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. So what time is it there at the moment?
Well, it's 9:30. So
9.
Yeah.
So you've just had your breakfast?
I've been up for a little bit, but a little early.
Had your breakfast yet?
Just coffee, actually. Got some breakfast cooking, actually.
Superb. Right, I'll just actually, before we get going, I've got an echo in my ear, which isn't very helpful. So the guys next door, if you could just knock the talk back off. There we go. That's a lot more helpful. Oh, in fact, no, still got an echo as well in my ears. If we could knock that off, that'd be helpful. There we go. Right, sorry about that, Joe. I couldn't hear what you were saying, which isn't very useful. So, Let's talk about this documentary that we've got coming up then on MotoGP.com, Behind the Stars and Stripes. Have you seen it yet?
I've watched like a little bit of it. Yeah, not full. I haven't watched the full thing yet, but it's cool. I like it. It's nice to look back on that season. It was a good year. I mean, we had some great results and some good times, and yeah, it's nice for sure.
And I mean, if they were going to pick any Moto2 rider to follow for a season, then they picked the right person in you, because it just seemed to be one of those years where if anything could happen, it went on to happen. It had everything.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was just some cool races. Like, yeah, Brno for sure was a good one, and getting those pole positions were always nice. Yeah, Le Mans was, I guess, it was entertaining to watch. Not for me, but I was not stoked about it. But in the end, I was. It was a fun race to come from back there and, like, you know, past guys and stuff. That was fun. But yeah, looking for more.
Yeah, certainly. Well, for all the guys and girls at home that haven't seen the sneak peek yet, in fact, I think this might actually be an exclusive. This is a exclusive first look at Behind the Stars and Stripes, which is coming to MotoGP.com on Monday. So here's what you've got to look forward to.
This championship, all I ever wanted to do was put America on the top again.
Through goes Roberts to take the lead of the race.
It's difficult, but I know we'll be able to race again.
It's been too long to ride this bike, you know. On the track, I didn't feel very comfortable.
Oh.
I'm looking for more. Next step is the win.
Roberts is down! He's gone down!
And then obviously disaster struck.
They got a problem here. What's going on? We're getting ready to go, and the pole man's been removed from the grid.
They didn't finish their work in time. Unacceptable, man.
If I'm going to go to MotoGP, it's going to be a different situation.
It was a great offer from Aprilia.
The next year, maybe you will ride for the Grand team. This is true.
Shame to see him separate from the team.
The idea was to bring American rider into the paddock.
I was like, let me try and like give them a show like the best I can be.
So there we go. That's Behind the Stars and Stripes, what you can look forward to from Monday. It looks pretty good, Joe.
Intense, huh?
Yeah, I know. Crazy. I can't believe all that happened in 1 year.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy year, but yeah, it was good. Good fun.
So talk to us about the actual filming of it. Obviously, there was a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff there. What was it like having the camera guys follow you? I mean, we asked Fabio about this as well, but it just must have been a different experience to have people following you around, even in your most sort of relaxed and private moments.
It's definitely different. I think, you know, my whole career I haven't had like a film crew following me around so much, but yeah, especially at the high level of racing in the world level, you know, you're so focused all the time, and then all of a sudden you have a camera in your face, and there was times I was like, I just wanted to push it away just because I was like, wanted to just focus. But I think that's the cool thing about it, is that you get to capture moments that you know, you wouldn't normally see, because, you know, when you're on camera and you're like, oh, I need to be on camera for this interview, you're in like kind of that state. But if you get that behind the scenes thing, it's just so natural. But I got used to it in the end, but there were some stressful moments in the year. I was like, oh, get this thing away from me. But it's good. Those are important things to capture for sure.
It was a real eye-opener, I'm sure, for a lot of people when they watch it, at what motorcycle racing is actually like as well, because obviously we see the great times when you're finishing, getting pole position in Qatar, very nearly getting on the podium, then getting on the podium in Brno as well. But often it's the fact that it's a real roller coaster ride, and the good times often come with the difficult moments as well.
Especially in Moto2 for sure. It's a lot. It's a big roller coaster for sure. But that's the fun of it. You got to figure out how to navigate through that and get to the top. You know, it's not easy.
And in the final episode, without giving too much away, obviously there's a little feature on a possible move to MotoGP. It sounds like you had quite a busy weekend in Portimao, meetings left, right, and centre.
Yeah, no, I did. We did. It was a intense time for sure. The last round we had the opportunity, but like I said in the video, I think it was a great opportunity. I'm so thankful that they thought of me, and it's definitely something I would consider in the future. But I just feel I have more to show in Moto2. I feel I came so close to getting the win at a lot of races, and for whatever reason, just not quite getting there. And it's important for me to get a win before I would go to MotoGP and be battling for a championship and stuff. So yeah, and this year I think we have a great chance with Italtrans. It's going to be a very fun year. The first test we had already with the guys was pretty special, being around them, because they just won the championship with Enea, and the atmosphere inside the team was just amazing to be around. Just such high confidence, and it's really elevated me as well. I've been training so hard here in the US and working really hard for the first race in Qatar. So yeah, I can't wait, honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're in no better place to pick up race victories than with the team that won the World Championship last year. You've already had one test with them in Jerez last year. What's your plans for the next couple of weeks then, before you get to Qatar? Are you going to have any chance to get out to Europe and see the guys before you eventually fly over to Losail?
Yeah, I'm going to fly next week, actually. I'm flying to Portugal. We have our first test at Portimao, and yeah, that's going to be amazing. I haven't ridden the bike since November, so I'm really looking forward to that, to get back with the guys. And it's important to get that test in before we head over to Qatar. But yeah, that's the plan right now. Going to leave sunny California. I hope it's sunny in Portugal. I'm sure it is. I've heard it's sunny there, so not switching too much.
It's not bad here in Barcelona at the moment, so I think Portugal will be pretty much the same. Some flight that, though. What will it be, 10, 11 hours? I mean, how much Netflix are you going to have to download? How are you going to occupy yourself for that much time?
I'm used to it, man. I've been doing it for years now, this flight from LA to Europe. It is I think it's 10 hours, but maybe actually more now because there isn't direct flights with everything going on. But yeah, it'll be fine. It is what it is.
Have you got
download tons of I don't know, some movies or something.
I was going to say, have you got anything circled for Netflix wise? Any series that you're watching at the moment that you'll be able to finish off?
Right now, I just realized Chappelle Show is on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen Chappelle Show. If you ever watched that, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, the American comedian. I've not watched him. Is it any good?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like my childhood. I love Chappelle Show. I'm going to watch every episode for sure.
Well, that's going to fill you for 10 hours, no problem. Right, Joe, if it's okay with you, I've got some Instagram posts loaded up here from down the years, and we'll have a quick chat through them, and hopefully there's a story to them. This first one is a bit of a throwback. No. A bit of a throwback. We're talking January 2013. The caption, I've got my permit. What's this for? Driver's license for cars or bikes? What's going on here?
Well, in California, they let 15 and a half. You're 15 and a half and you can get your permit and drive around. So when I was 15 and a half, exactly, I went and got my driver's permit. And that's me at 15 and a half.
So sweet and innocent.
I know, so sweet and innocent. And look what I turned out to be.
I know. What's changed? What's happened?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, but that was an exciting day to get my permit for sure. You're supposed to drive with someone else, but I think I just ended up driving alone. But yeah. Anyways.
Still a good driver now. I'm hoping that you're a little bit better than you were at 15 and a half.
Yeah, or I don't know, actually. Maybe I've gotten worse, but...
Well, let's move on to the next one then. Hopefully there's a story behind this one as well. Back in the day, you were in a band, right? With your brother as well. I mean, tell us all about that. It sounds like the sort of stereotypical American childhood.
Yeah, this is at my house actually. We have like a little, it's like a, I don't know, we call it the hut. It's like a small little guest house in the back. And yeah, when I was around that age, I've always had like a love for music, and my brothers and everything are all into music. So we started with some friends. We started a band. We used to go around LA and play. We used to play at like bars around LA and stuff. And we actually used to host like a night of playing our music that we'd come up with, and just invite all our friends and have like a party, which was so fun. And the neighbors weren't too stoked. I think we got the cops called on us maybe, I don't know, twice a night or something every time we did it. I think the cops ended up staying one time to watch the show. they didn't care after a while, but yeah, that was a fun time playing music. I wish I played music again, but yeah.
And you can still play the guitar, right?
Well, I didn't actually ever play guitar. I played bass.
Okay.
And I probably should have taken lessons, but the way I would do it is just, my brother is a really good musician. He's would teach me all the parts, and I just replicate what he does. And I would just I could play on beat pretty well, but I wasn't like great at improvising, you know. Everyone would always have like a jam session, and I would be kind of like, okay, what do I, you know, I don't know what to do, but it was fun for sure. Maybe in the future we can have a little reunion or something, get the band back together.
Yeah, that'd be great. Hopefully we can put it on tour as well. Maybe get you to a Grand Prix and play a gig sometime.
Oh no, that would be crazy.
What sort of sound are we talking? If you had to compare yourself to someone, what sort of sound is the band like?
Yeah, I don't know. People would always ask me then, what is the music? I guess it's like, what's the influence, I guess? My brother would kill me. My brother would kill me if I gave a bad influence. But I guess it's kind of more like indie rock, maybe. I don't know. Alternative, like.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe it. It's something around there. It's not like too new age stuff. But it was also like 10 years ago or something. Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, we'll have to get us a CD across. We can have a listen.
Yeah, I'm going to send you. I'll send you something on SoundCloud.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Right, next one. Talking of being in a band, we were a big fan of this last year, the bandana. Is it coming back in 2021? We had a few people saying, especially with the band influence as well, you looked a bit like Axl Rose, the Guns N' Roses frontman. It was a great look.
Yeah, I think there's an Instagram or something made of it called Joe's
Really?
Bandana, maybe. But yeah, someone came up with one I saw. But yeah, we'll have to get the bandana back. Maybe like a Red Bull bandana now. So
yeah, especially with the
I don't
sponsorship.
know. I liked it. My brother, you know what? I just get like influences from my brothers. You know, like when I come back to America, I see what they're wearing, and then I saw my brother wearing a bandana like that. I was like, oh, I should do that at a GP. So, yeah, but I'm gonna bring it back. Try to get the influence again.
Well, the good news is I have got access to Instagram, so let me see if we can find Joe's bandana. There it is there. We found the Instagram page. Let's have a look at Joe's bandana here. It's a
they're
bit
going to
of a
love
fan
you for
page.
this.
There it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, what are we on at the moment? 46 followers. Hopefully that'll go up. I'm a big fan. Happy days. This is a great Instagram account. We've even got a little bit of a mention for Matt Dunn there as well. I know he was a big fan of the bandana,
Matt
as
Dunn
we all
loves
were.
Yeah.
So there we go. That is Joe's bandana. Hopefully that will get a bit of a re-emergence in 2021. I, for one, definitely want to see that happen. I didn't think in a million years that I'd be getting that Instagram page up this evening, but there we go. Final one, Joe.
I didn't either.
Well, that's where we go sometimes. Final one is I want to talk to you about surfing. I know you're massively into it. It's one of your big passions alongside motorcycle racing. I mean, talk to me about it. How often are you able to get out? I'm sure when you go to Portugal, you may be taking a board with you or finding one when you're out there.
Yeah, so I love surfing. I don't want to say I'm like good at surfing because I guess that's, yeah, I don't know. It's going to sound kooky like they say, but I do love surfing a lot. I think it's just fun to get out in the water and just, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little freaked out by huge waves though. I think Edgar Pons could probably tell you that. Every time I go to, that photo is actually in Galicia, which is in Spain. And sometimes the waves get pretty huge there. But yeah, nice thing about living in California is you have lots of places to surf. So this whole off season, I've been like surfing a bunch and having a lot of fun with that. And this year, I'm actually going to move to Portugal, quite close to where the track is in Portimao. And there's some amazing surfing there. I did some surfing before the last round of the year and had such a good time. So that's going to be really fun for sure. I hope I can actually get really good at surfing this year. If I'm living next to the water, I guess I'll have to, right?
Well, you've got no excuses now. I think one thing to be good at surfing, surely you have to get over the fear of big waves. Normally, those don't really go hand in hand, right? You can't be a good surfer and be scared of waves.
Oh, I'm not scared of waves, but I mean, I am in some situations. Like a month ago, I was out in Ventura, and there was a really huge day, and it was, I don't know, I think it was like 10 to 12 foot waves coming in. And it just looked like in the distance, like rolling mountains coming to you. And there's always like a panic situation you get when you're in the water and you see like a huge rogue set coming through, as they call it. And dude, it was just like paddling like crazy, trying to get out past the break. And I mean, it's crazy when you see that, or when you try to drop in on something that big, you're just looking way down. But it's fun for sure.
Well, I'm looking forward to the surfing content starting to go through the roof when you move to Portugal. I mean, as you say, there's no excuse now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Joe, we're just running out of time, but before we let you go, every guest on MotoGP chats before we get to Qatar for the test, we're obviously building up to the start of the season, and a big part of that is getting people's predictions. So I know it's not everyone's favourite thing to do, but it is your turn now. Mostly we go for MotoGP, so we'll get your MotoGP predictions out the way nice and early, and then there's one at the end for Moto2, and I have a sneaky feeling whose name you might say for that one. But first one's first, is MotoGP World Champion this year?
MotoGP World Champion. Who do I think? I'd like to hope for. Man, I don't know. It'd be cool to see Suzuki defend it. That would be pretty sweet to see that. I'm a big fan of that team. I think they're really cool. Who else would I mean, Alex Rins, I really hope he can put a season together. He's a good friend of mine, and I hope he can get a good season consistent and go for the championship. I'm going to put my prediction on him.
Put your money on Rins. Good shout, good shout. Next one, three men that you know fairly well. Who's going to be the MotoGP Rookie of the Year? You obviously fought with them all year long last year, so you should probably know better than anyone else who you think's going to get on well in MotoGP.
I have a suspicion Enea. I think Enea is going to do quite well this year. I just watching him ride and I think he's quite calculated, and just seeing some of the data from when I was with the team recently, I think he'll do quite well.
Surprise of the year, who do you think is going to be the surprise package?
Surprise package? I think Jorge Martin might be able to come up with some cool races to see. Okay. KTM have also made a good step as well this year. They've just keep growing and growing, and KTM's been interesting to watch how far they've come. Brad Binder, I'm a big fan of Brad Binder, and I think he's going to be someone that's going to put in some good, solid races this year.
Good stuff. Final one is the breakout star of 2020. So someone from Moto2 or Moto3 that you think is going to have a year to remember and properly announce themselves.
Well, I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to go for me. I think I'll have a great season, and with the team and everything, I think it's going to be a good year.
No, I think I agree with you there as well. Everything looks to be pointing in the right direction for you this year, Joe. Thank you very much for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you in Qatar in what, I think 3 weeks' time for you guys, and then for the Grand Prix as well. Not long to wait now. And safe flight back as well.
All right. Thanks for having me, man. We'll see you around. We'll see you in Qatar.
Top man, see you there, see you there. Joe Roberts, thank you very much indeed for joining us. And don't forget, guys, that on Monday, the behind-the-scenes documentary behind the Stars and Stripes. There we go. We got there in the end. That launches on Monday. You've already seen the teaser. You don't want to miss it. Right, as I said, we're running out of time. Not long left now. A quick reminder of what's coming up over the next couple of days that you need to keep your eye on MotoGP.com. All of the Honda presentations are coming up. Tomorrow, Friday, LCR Castrol Honda, Alex Marquez will be officially unveiled. Then on Saturday, it's the turn of Takaki Nakagami. And then on Monday, it's the turn of Repsol Honda, Paul Espargaro and Marc Marquez, yet another dream team in the Repsol Honda garage, as those two go from foes to friends. They've had some memorable battles down the year. We'll leave you with all of them. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.